Hi, and welcome to Sealclops Book Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about a book called Light Chaser. This is a little novella, and it's written by two quite famous authors, Peter F. Hamilton and Gareth L. Powell. Enjoy, thank you. Light Chaser by Peter Hamilton and Gareth Powell is a standalone little novella space opera or science fiction book that can be read just by itself. And it's quite interesting. Here's my review on it. The summary for this book. Amal is a light chaser, one of a number of explorers who travel the universe alone, except for their onboard AI, trading trinkets for life stories. But when she listens to the stories sent down through the ages, she hears the same voice talking directly to her from different times and on different worlds. She comes to understand that something terrible is happening, and only she is in the position to do anything about it. And it will cost everything to put it right. So I quite enjoyed this book. I actually have the physical copy. As you can see, it's quite thin. It's a very easy read, but it is very good. So the plot and the theme. So the book begins at the end. That's all I wanted to write, just so you know. When I started to read it, I was reading through it going, am I supposed to understand this? It's a bit technical. It makes sense. So the very first chapter is the end, and then it sort of backtracks and you find out how you get there. So Amal spends her infinite life traveling from planet to planet, distributing and acquiring back collars for the company she works for. These collars are to be worn around the necks of selected individuals for their lifetimes and the following generations until the light chaser returns to collect them. The purpose of the collars is to document every thought, impression and experience for 10 generations, so for 1,000 years. While performing her duties, Amal encounters something or someone strange. An individual with 8 numbers tattooed on his person that keeps appearing across multiple worlds and timelines. Stranger yet, he seems to be talking directly to her. As the book progresses, Amal begins to understand more about the job she has been performing for thousands of years. Putting pieces together, she must find out what this individual is, or who this individual is, and what he is trying to tell her whilst being cautious of the computers tracking her every move. So, pacing, emotion, ending, and plot holes. As a short novella of 173 pages, Peter F. Hamilton and Gareth L. Powell did a fantastic job ensuring the story completes a full circle, ending the book with the information needed for the beginning to make sense. It is rather fast-paced, but does not feel rushed. It is a great thought-provoking story that not only has mystery, but a faint love story mixed into it. That I wasn't expecting, and that was quite interesting as well. As the timeline jumps throughout, it was hard to become emotionally invested in the main character, but for the type of book this is, that doesn't faze me much. So I read the whole thing in one sitting, which helped keep everything fresh in my mind as well. I did not intend to read the whole book in one sitting, it just happened. But it was very good, I quite enjoyed it, so easy to do. A little bit about the main characters. Now, I didn't want to give much away because it sort of becomes apparent throughout the story, but these could potentially be spoilers, so keep that in mind. So Amal, she is also known as the Light Chaser. She is 26,355 years old. They explain how that works in the book. She works for a company called Everlife. Her orbits, so her light chaser orbits around multiple worlds is 1,000 years, so there are 1,000-year cycles, and she lives on board with an AI companion. And that's pretty much her only company apart from the occasional cat throughout her life. And then there's Carlaman, 10, 10, 21, 59. These will become apparent when you read the book. Bart's Garvo DX, Jacob Raymond Divinus, Billy 2, husband. So it's a bunch of random words there, but it is very fascinating when they make sense. And the recommendation. So if you're not sure if you'd be interested in a large science fiction or space opera book, this short novella is great to try out. It gave all the details and jargon needed to make a good futuristic story, while being short enough so that not to feel too overwhelming. The fact that two famous science fiction novelists came together to write this intriguing story is a bonus. Okay, and my review. I gave this book a 4.5 stars out of 5. It was highly enjoyable science fiction novella that I would revisit later in life as a quick and thought-provoking futuristic read. So very, very good. I really enjoyed it. There was just one thing missing that I couldn't put my finger on, which is why I didn't give it 5 out of 5 stars, but it was very close. I really enjoyed it. So if you are looking for a quick, heavy science fiction or space opera book by some fantastic authors, definitely give Light Chaser a go. Thank you for watching my review. Bye.